Hi Gemini, welcome to your unexpected reading for April 29th through May 28th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. And the recommended reader shout outs for this reading go to Hustler Jones Tarot and Water Baby Tarot. And I will have their links in the description box below, so stop by and show them some love if you get a chance. Alright, for Gemini, the unexpected. Okay, Gemini. The Hermit. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo, doesn't have to be. This is all about doing some soul searching, withdrawing, wanting to understand a situation, voluntarily pulling back for understanding, selectively, like wanting to be alone right now, just removing yourself from quite a bit, apparently. Wow. We got the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords. So this is has there been an ending recently here? An unexpected ending, or you've just had an epiphany. This is all about unexpected information or unexpected clarity, unexpected ending. There's been some kind of decisive action. Clarity, whether that's an ending, a new beginning, a heart-to-heart conversation. But this would suggest that you are soul searching to figure out what to do and how to make what you want happen. And maybe you're getting some unexpected insights with that. Seven of Wands. Six of Wands, okay. Four of Cups. And the Five of Cups. All right. All right, who are we dealing with here for Gemini? Who are we dealing with? So you could be dealing with a Cancerian. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be. Also, sorry, this could be Virgo or Aries, and we got Virgo here. This could be Cancerian person. Could also be Pisces or Scorpio. It's anybody that is very nurturing. The negative side is they could be quite codependent, quite controlling emotionally, quite moody, not able to let go. Could be kind of petty or just emotionally insecure and therefore codependent. This could also be somebody that's very gentle and kind and nurturing and caring and faithful and loyal and a very good friend, a very good mate, especially on the nurturing side. Very emotional, very balanced, calm, secure, intuitive, that sort of thing. All right, so we've got conflict here. Why? What's this conflict about? Is this self-doubt? Are you doubting yourself, Gemini? What's this Seven of Wands about? This card jumped. That's Judgment. What's this Seven of Wands about for Gemini? So this is... That jumped. Okay, so this is... reviewing the past, much like this Hermit is here, being in reflection of the past, realizing what happened. Perhaps there's some kind of conflict and realizing that the relationship was not reciprocal or balanced, that it was one-sided, it was quite possibly codependent here. What's this Queen of Cups about? This is Queen of Cups, Gemini. So perhaps your person ended it like out of the blue. Maybe there was this ending out of the blue and it's kind of put you in a reflective space where you're just like, what the heck happened? And you just keep, it's like this loop. You just keep going round and round. And maybe one of the issues they brought up was the fact that the relationship wasn't reciprocal, or you ended it because there was an over reliance or over dependence. There's an issue of balance here, things ending suddenly, someone being disappointed, but also being conflicted and pulling back and going inward because of either the, not, I hate to say accusation, but because of the issue of balance, dependency, the reciprocal give and take in a relationship, the generosity, that sort of thing. What's this Six of Wands about? What's this Six of Wands about? Okay, so this, yeah, this is all, okay. This feels like somebody was quite demanding. That there's an ego involved here, and that someone, we could be dealing with an Aries, doesn't have to be, could be a Sagittarius or Leo, or anybody that is very self-confident, fiery, passionate, very on the move, very go-getter, very active socially. So I think I hear my cat. I do not. Okay. So, but this could be because things were not moving forward. They weren't getting the attention they thought they deserved. It was large. This goes back to the one-sided thing here, where there might have been an over-reliance on someone to sort of gratify or kind of feed the ego of the other person, and it was imbalanced, and there was a decisive ending, and now there's this reflection and in review, and it could be that someone's coming back and asking for that second chance, and you're feeling conflicted because there might have been some really positive things about this relationship, but this over reliance, this possible codependency, or this kind of ego being this need, this kind of unbalanced need, could have, it takes its toll. So that's might be what this conflict is here, about thinking, should I, shouldn't I, let me think it over, I need some time to think about what I want, if I want this again. What's this Four of Cups about? What's this Four of Cups about? This would suggest that unexpectedly so, you are going to feel like this is the one that got away, or conversely, it's the one that held you back. There's disappointment at how much time was spent in a relationship that just wasn't giving, that just wasn't serving you. It was all one-sided. Not all, but it was largely one-sided, and there's just that disappointment. This is meditative space, meditative space, meditative space. So we've got a lot of thinking, and this is also clarity and sort of epiphanies that come. So we've got you spending a lot of time thinking about this relationship that could have been quite possibly codependent and one-sided. We've got conflict here. We've got ego here. This feels like ego to me. That someone needing the accolades, someone needing to be seen as successful, or things being a certain way, that sort of thing. And this is something that was quite possibly unhealthy and holding you back, or holding the two of you back from connecting. That, that need getting in the way of you two just having downtime together, or just authentic couple time, And there's disappointment. But again, that reflection and meditative space. All right, what's this Five of Cups about? What's this Five of Cups about? Okay. You're disappointed over the ending, grieve it. This is an ending. This is a cycle that has ended for you two, and you are disappointed and you need to grieve. And so this would be saying, if you are thinking about someone's offer, that they came in and said, you know, I want, because, and I say offer because we got the Judgment card here, and this could be someone coming back, asking for a second chance. If this is you thinking of extending an offer for a second chance after much deliberation, this is saying that indeed it has ended, and there's the realization that it was holding you back. So don't waste time feeling like this is the one that got away. Instead, use this time to parcel out how it either got out of hand or why it was that way, the dynamics interplaying, but don't beat yourself up. And it looks like you're conflicted. I hate to say it, Gemini, but stay with that. This is an ending, and it looks like it needed to end, especially if it was one-sided and it was all about appearances and what other people thought and social media likes and follows. And, you know, someone could have been very, this right here, unwilling to change or not letting go of the past, very, I hate to say needy or clingy, but it could very well have been that. No shade, no disrespect to cross-watchers, just saying. Sometimes, it's funny, sometimes they literally get out of hand. Relationships just kind of take on this trajectory that, like, you weren't suspect. How did we get here? How did we get here? And that could very well be what this reflection is about. Is like, whoa, what the heck happened? How did we get it so wrong, you know? What would Gemini's person say to them? What would Gemini's person say? What would Gemini's person say to them? Gemini's person say. We will be together again. Okay. Eat my words, right? I'm like, no, let the ending stand. You're disappointed, but if it's one-sided, no. It's like, oh, we'll be together again. Okay. Perhaps that's what this offer, them coming to you with this offer about, is they do see you as together again. Whether that's good for you, that's a choice you have to make because your personal situation, right? This is general, but I think you're going to find that after you're in review, in deliberations, if you will, about their offer or about making that offer to them, that you're going to find that, you know what, I'm realizing that there's nothing for us here if we continue the same way. Things need to change. Where was that? Wasn't there a death card here somewhere? Things need to change because it was not healthy. It was holding us back. We got not moving forward. All right. 2 cards, please, for Gemini. Lenormand. 2 Lenormand cards for Gemini, please. Confirmation for Gemini. So we've got this could be somebody was quite domineering, and in this was a relationship that somebody could have been they may have started off really protective and kind of possessive, like they just wanted to be around you, and and at first you think it's really cute, right? Because someone wants to spend time with you and they want to know you and they all but want to be like just crawl inside and know everything about you, and then it turns into being domineering and controlling, and that's this right here, is someone not being able to let go, maybe not wanting to change or evolve, wanting things to stay the same. And that ego right here, this was probably a power struggle in the relationship. This is probably this romantic connection, but there was very again, one-sided. It could have been somebody was possessive, which started off as feeling protective, then it turned possessive, and there's that domineering feel to it. What else for Gemini? What do they need to know? What else? Anything for the future, Gemini? forget to show you that what I'm doing, so it sounds like I'm just juggling rocks here. So this is the Knight of Wands reversed, and this is Strength reversed. This could be somebody. This right here, this and the Knight of Wands reversed could be a lot of liaisons outside of the relationship that you had, or this could be somebody not wanting to take it to the next level because they want to keep those liaisons open. They want to keep those sort of intermittent connections open. That's a nice way of saying their hookups active. They want to keep up with the hookups, and things were not solid. Things were not on solid footing or solid ground. So don't beat yourself up over this. There's more to it than you know, I think. There's more going on than meets the eye. Again, this looks like it was a very one-sided relationship. And the fact that, this whole "we will be together again," I hate to say it's creepy, but it's like, for the person that was doing this to have that kind of confidence, if this is the person that was cheating or having, things weren't solid, it could be a number of reasons. Could be work was, they were having to deal with work. I mean, the bear here could be the work card, right? They're having to tend to building longevity for their future, so they're doing things to make sure that there's they're making power moves, basically making big decisions right now to establish their future, so that later on there can be this thriving romance with you. But so that it could be that. It could be that this simply just wasn't the time for this person because they had to do a lot of things socially, a lot of networking, a lot of business right now, and the relationship got put on the back burner. But it could also be that you're going to be finding out about more hookups that maybe you didn't know about, and that's why things had trouble moving forward. Being solid, being stable, because this was not a solid, stable relationship. We've got Strength reversed here and the Knight of Wands reversed. So I hate to say it, but accept the ending and grieve it. It definitely was not the time for this relationship. As far as them saying we will be together again soon, or not soon, I put soon there, sorry. We will be together again. That to me is kind of like, challenge accepted, or wait, what? That's for both of us to decide. That's a reciprocal, that's a decision for both of us to make. And the fact that they might see it that way, that needs to be checked. That's what I'm trying to say. That needs to be checked. Okay. All right. Trying to be very and I don't want to be all judgy and because there'd be some different language going on if this was off the record and face-to-face girlfriend chit chat, but just wanting to keep it just positive and real and understanding, and we're all human, I get it, but just I don't like this for you, Gemini. I think you need to grieve the ending, and I think there's better out there for you. I don't think this reconnection offer should be considered without realizing that it was indeed holding you back for the reasons of somebody probably quite active socially and romantically with others while they were with you, just not a strong connection, not being able to take it to the next level. Shutting up. All right, confirmation card. Confirmation card, please. What does Gemini need to know? Knight of Pentacles. A secure offer or a withholding of an offer. Somebody being stubborn or stagnant might have been an issue here. This could also be just a relationship was just physical. So this could be highlighting the physical relationships had with others that were kind of interfering. But this is perhaps someone is being quite stubborn and not willing to change. I mean, we've got this right here. It could also just be that there was delay. The things weren't changing. They were stagnant. There was delay in a secure offer coming. Someone might have even been withholding that. This could also be, again, control. I mean, it kind of all plays together, but this could be that control, that stubborn, that really, with the bear energy over here, and then this right here, that could be that real stubborn control, things being stagnant, someone withholding because of that, control issues, that sort of domineering, that sort of thing. What's this Magician about? Boy, I paint a happy picture, don't I? What's this Magician about for Gemini? Yeah, okay. What else for this Magician? That's Three of Swords. Figuring out what to do after the heartache. Figuring out what to do now because of the heartache. Where do we go from here? Do I create anew for myself? I've got everything I need. You do have everything you need, Gemini. You don't need this person. So don't feel like you do. But you've got everything you need, but we've got the heartache here. And it's just like, oh God, how to make it happen? What do I want? How to move forward? And that's where this reflection right here and the epiphanies come in. What's this Magician for Gemini? Again with the Page of Wands. Didn't I see Page of Wands? No, I did not. I thought I did. That's the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this to me feels like it's you figuring out what to do, sort of making things happen after this disappointing relationship, figuring out what to do next. This is kind of like the Ace of Wands here. So this is all about, all right, we've had heartache, need to figure out what to do after that. This is kind of like the first steps in rebuilding and coming alive again after this heartache. And it could be you've got some decisions to make because now there's this offer on the table. If it hasn't happened yet, it quite possibly is coming around the middle of the month. The 13th seems significant. May 13th. So just arm yourself with information and stay in that reflective space so that you can make a sound, solid decision and make sure that you are getting your needs met. That there's a potential for you to get your needs met, because this is all saying that you weren't. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. I wish you luck with this, Gemini. I hope it works out, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care of yourself, okay?